Yes. Okay. Yeah. Morning all. So myself, I'm Vijay. Like I hold 20 plus years of experience, which includes nearly 10 plus years of experience in Python environment. So my experience includes design, development, and implementation of Python and Django based applications. Well versed in implementing different Python libraries like NumPy, CP, Pandas, PyTables, Matplotlib, right? So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right?
Yes, yes, we can see the screen.
Right. So I'll be discussing the following topics as part of today's demo. Right. Why Python? Already we have got many other programming languages. Why again Python? And reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. And that too, Python is not a kind of technology which is not very recently introduced. It was introduced in the year 1989, more than 30 years, right? More than 30 years ago, it was introduced. But why all of a sudden Python has got a great boom? Reasons for its sudden super popularity, right? Yes. And who can learn Python? There are no prerequisites for learning Python. Anyone can update with Python, right? Yes. The Python statements look like normal English statements. They are not as complex as other programmings, right? And that too with very less coding. Python coding, one-fourth coding as compared with any other programming language. So how Python was built by taking the features and advantages from different other programmings. Python was built by taking the features and advantages from different other programmings. Python real-time applications. What kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Python mostly used for developing. Yes. What kind of applications? Python usage. Python usage. Who are using Python today? Who are using Python today? And topmost applications built using Python. Topmost applications built using Python. Python features. Python features, right? Yes. What are the features of Python as compared with other programming languages? Python comparison with other programming, right? Coding wise, length wise, complexity wise, you can check how simple the Python statements as compared with other programmings, right? And reasons why Python is suddenly super popular. Reasons why it is suddenly super popular, right? Yes. And the Python job market, the current job market of Python and the scope of Python in the coming years, right? Yes. So starting with the why Python, right? I define Python in 5 lines. It is a general purpose programming language. Python is a general purpose programming language. So before Python, there were some programming languages. If you heard about the languages like Pascal, Fortran, COBOL, right? These programming languages are purpose-based languages. They are used for a specific purpose, not for all the purposes, right? But a language, okay. For example, Pascal for complicated mathematical applications, Fortran for scientific applications, COBOL for business applications. They are used for a particular purpose, purpose-based, but a language which is suitable for developing any kind of application. Such a language we call it as general purpose programming. Python is a general purpose programming, that is any kind of applications we can develop today by using Python, like web applications, like automation applications, animation applications, gaming applications, data science applications, big data applications, networking applications, embedded applications, desktop applications. In this way, wide varieties of applications we can develop today by using Python. It's not for a particular purpose, or it is not a purpose-based language. And the multi-programming features, Python has got multi-programming features. What all the features we see in different other programmings, what all the features we see in different other programmings, all those features we see here in Python. It has got multi-programming features. Okay. Because of this multiple programming features, we call Python as a hybrid language. Means it has taken some features or some advantages from one program, and some other features or advantages from other programming. In this way, from multiple programming languages, has taken the features and advantages. And it's a high level language. Python is a high level language. So there are two types of languages. Two types of languages. Low level language and high level languages. Low level languages, and secondly, high level languages. Low level languages, like low level languages are assembly level language, right? Assembly level, low level languages are assembly level languages, right? Firstly, they are not human understandable. They are not human understandable. Low level languages like assembly level language or machine level language, they are not human understandable. They are not human understandable, right? Secondly, they are not portable, right? They are not human understandable. They are not portable, right? And they are machine dependent. Machine dependent. They are not human understandable. They are not portable, and they are machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardwares and all the operating system. Means they code, the program code, right, can't be carried from one system to other, and they cannot run on all the hardwares and all the operating system. But high level languages like Python, so human understandable, looks like normal English statements, I said, and they are portable and machine independent. They can run on all the hardwares and all the operating systems. Human understandable, right? They are portable, right? And machine independent. So Python is a high level language, and Python is a interpreted language. Line by line execution we are going to see, right? Line by line execution. Yes. Python is an interpretation language. So here also we see like two categories of languages. Compilation languages, compilation, right? Compilation languages and interpretation languages. Compilation, example of compilation, C language. Example of interpretation like Python. Yes. So if you got some lines of code, you got some lines of code. In the case of compilation, it executes the entire code at once and displays the errors if any. It displays in line 3, there is an error. Line 5, there is an error. If multiple errors, it will display the errors. But in the case of interpretation, if you have got some lines of code, it executes statement by statement. If it executes statement by statement, if any error in this particular statement, it won't execute the remaining statements. Right. So Python line by line execution, which makes debugging easy, right? Fine. User-friendly programming or programmer-friendly programming language, which provides simple syntaxes, right? Which looks like normal English statements. Once again, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear? Is my voice clear to all?
Yes, it's audible and clear. Yeah, please proceed.
Fine. So Python is a general purpose programming. Any kind of applications we can develop. It's not for a particular purpose. Multi-programming features. What all the features we see in different other programmings we see in Python. It's a high-level language, easily understandable, portable, and machine independent. Can run on all the hardware and all the operating system. It's an interpreted language, line by line execution, and user-friendly programming or programmer-friendly programming language, which provides simple syntaxes, right? Which looks like normal English statements. Now just observe this. What are the programming features Python has got? What programming features has got? I said multi-programming features, right? Python has got, right? Yes. Procedural oriented, procedural oriented, procedural oriented programming like C language. It has got the features of object oriented programming. It has got the features of object oriented. That's what the features of object oriented programming like C++, Java. And it has got the features of scripting features like shell script. Shell script. And it has got the features of modular programming. It has got the features of modular programming, right? Yes. Example like modular 3. Has got procedural oriented programming like C language, object oriented programming like C++, Java, scripting features like shell script, modular programming features like modular 3. So just like C language, we can develop applications. Just like C++ or Java, we can develop applications like Modular 3. Like we can write many automation scripts using Python. Because of these multiple programming features, we call Python as a hybrid language. And once again, I say, for learning Python, there are no prerequisites. It doesn't mean that you need to have the knowledge on C or C++ or Java or this Modular 3 or shell script, right? So as part of our course, we'll be discussing, right, procedural oriented with Python, object oriented with Python, like scripting and modular programming with Python, right? So if we talk two major programming languages which are mostly used for developing enterprise applications, Python and Java. Python and Java are the two major programming languages used today for developing enterprise applications. But if we talk, the Java developers are strictly restricted to use only object-oriented programming. Without object-oriented programming, there is No Java program or application. But with Python, but in Python, right, with object oriented, without object oriented, with procedural oriented, and with modular programming, right, we can develop varieties of applications. We can develop varieties of applications, right? Yes. Procedural oriented, object oriented, scripting, modular programming, right? Yes. Fine. So, for scripting, Python is one of the best scripting language with vast varieties of libraries used for writing automation scripts in robotics, in AWS DevOps, in IoT, right? And also this, because of this modular programming features, because of this modular programming, Python has got a great boom. Python supporting nearly 89,300 inbuilt modules. It is providing 89,300 inbuilt modules for different environments or domain, right? Whatever environment you are from, right? It is Python is providing modules, whether you are from networking or from testing or from data science or big or whatever environment, right? Python is providing modules. For example, if I talk on these modules, you're from data science environment, Python is providing separate module for this data science, right? Like nearly 10 to 15 modules Python is providing for this data science, like NumPy, CP, Pandas, PyTables, CP, Scikit-learn, even for big data environment, right? It is providing PySpark, separate modules Python providing, right? Yes, for this big data set, even for networking, not only module, right? Separate framework itself Python is providing for this networking environment and for other environments like testing or even for operating system, OS kinds of activities, OS. See, already inbuilt modules are available. Yes, yes, Krishna, right? Already inbuilt modules are there. Even we can also create our own modules also. As part of the course, we'll be discussing the main modules of Python. I'll be discussing, and also how we can create our own modules, right? That also I'll be discussing. And operating system for OS also we have got inbuilt modules in the inbuilt modules. So for example, okay, as you asked, so I'll take a small example. For example, this is the Python shell. Just you import any Python module. For example, a math module I'm importing. There is a module called math. In this module, we have got inbuilt functions are available. Inbuilt functionalities are directly you can use it and perform your operations. Math. Within the math module, there is a function called square root. If you want to find square root, right? Square root of a number, 16 I'm giving. Give any number, it finds the square root where it is present in math module. Right, that's it. It gives that output. So in this way, for any activity, for any environment, right? Python has got module, import it. It has got some built-in functions for performing that operations, gives the result. For operating systems, for writing Python code and creating some directory, renaming a directory, listing out what is present in a directory. All these kinds of activities by writing Python code itself, right? We can, and for each and every database, Python is providing a module. For Oracle, like it is providing CX underscore Oracle, right? A module given by Python for connecting with Oracle database. So it's very simple, a Python connecting with any database, right? For that, for every database, a module, Python requires a module. For MySQL, right, it requires a module called PyMySQL. No, just by using this module and by using this connecting details, username and password, we can easily connect with any database. No need of any other, right? Just a 1 minute of discussion is enough. Can just easily connect with the databases, any database, like even like SQL Server, Python is providing a PyODBC, right? And in this way, for any file formats, working with any types of files, like Excel files, we have got XLRD, XLSX writer modules. Okay. Even for any types of files like the comma separated values, for JSON files, JavaScript object notations, for XML files, for PDF files, any types. By writing Python code, I can create an Excel file, Excel workbook I can create. By writing Python code and executing, go and check at whatever location you have provided, a file is going to be created. And then by writing Python code only, I can insert multiple sheets within an Excel file. PDF, PDF file, right? We can create PDF files using Python, right? And for mathematical operations like math module, like we have got math module, and for statistical operations and generating any types of graphs, normal graph, bar graphs, histogram, scatter plots, stack plots, any types of graphs we can generate using Python. Looks very simple generating graphs in Python. We have got a module like a matplotlib module for plottings, right? Yes. Just in the tomorrow session, just I'll be briefing you some code examples, right? How simple generating graphs in Python using modules, right? In this way, thousands of modules Python has got 89,300 inbuilt modules for different environments, not only for the computer applications, even for electronics or civil environment, right? It has got modules. And what kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications? You need to, before you update with any technology, you need to know what applications are we developing and what kind of applications we are developing using this Python. Python real-time applications. Mostly used in creation of web applications today. Lot of web applications we are developing today by using Python. Lot of web applications we are developing today by using Python. Immediately we'll ask a query, right? Like from the last 20 years, Java, .NET, all these are mostly used. All these are mostly used for developing web applications. Why again Python required? Python has got a framework like Django framework. That's one of the important framework of Python, right? Django framework. At a rapid speed, it can develop web applications with that too with very less coding as compared with other programmings. Uh, it has got its own database like SQLite3, has got its own database, it has got its own application server, right? So at a rapid speed, we can develop web applications using Python framework like Django, right? And also Python mostly used today in creation of automation applications. Automation applications using technologies like data science, using technologies like IoT, using technologies like robotics and DevOps. IoT, it is a physical network or device. It is a physical network or device embedded with software, sensors, right? Embedded with software, sensors, electronics for collecting data, for exchanging data, and controlling the things from the place where we are, right? Yes. And here, in a simple way, right? IoT, electronic devices connecting and connecting and communicating with each other, right? Here, 90% of the coding we write in Python, right? And data science, even for data science, right? Everything deals with the data. Data has got experience, data has got future reference. Using data or data science, we perform data analysis, data predictions, data classifications, clusterings, right? It's a blend of technique. The main technique, what we see here, right? ML, machine learning. So we have got many ML techniques, right? For implementing all the ML techniques, right? We require a language. So Python is the mostly chosen, mostly used programming for this machine learning. Okay. Where Python is providing many modules for plottings, visualizations for data analysis, right? Like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, right? So, okay. Even for DevOps environment, Python is one of the best scripting language with vast varieties of libraries. Apart from this, another major area where Python is mostly used, like in big data environment, for huge data storage and huge data processing, we have got technologies like Hadoop, Spark. We have got technologies like Hadoop, Spark, right? Especially Spark, very high speed processing, right? Spark has got very high speed processing. So implemented using language like Python, called like PySpark. Apart from this, for scientific applications, for scientific applications, Python providing CP, scientific Python we say, and even for numerical analysis, right? Yes. For numerical analysis, we have got NumPy. And apart from this, for geographical user interface or for animations, right? For animations, we have got TK Inter, right? TK Inter or PyQt. Even for gaming or for game development, right? Python is providing separate frameworks, especially for developing games in Python, single user, multi-user online games, right? Python has got providing a separate framework, right? Like Pygame. It's a framework given by Python for developing games in Python. We have got other frameworks like PyCora. Pygame, PyCora, PySoy. For 3D games, for 3D rendering, we have got 3D rendering libraries like PySoy. Apart from this, but even like for scheduling task, right? Yes, for scheduling tasks. Then Python is providing Airflow for it. Yes, and for testing or for test cases, and even for software development, right? Python is used for software development. Software developers make use of Python as a support language. Python is used for business applications. Python is one of the best choice in developing e-commerce websites. One of the hottest application of Python, like database applications. Without database, there is no web application. Python can connect with any database. And for networking applications, Python providing a separate framework itself, like Twisted Python. It's a framework given by Python for developing networking applications or programming, even for web scraping. Web scraping, right? Scraping data from different sites like URL lib, BS4 are examples, right? And for audio and video applications, many audio and video applications you can develop today by using Python. And it is also used for embedded applications The most famous embedded application, Raspberry Pi, which uses Python for its computation. And not only for this computer applications, right? Even for civil, like for CAD or 3D CAD applications, right? For computer vision, for face detection, color detection, and object detection, right? Yes, Python is used. And for data analysis, for robotics, and for desktop applications, single user console applications, right? Yes. In this way, Python has got a lot of applications we can create by using Python. These are some of those examples, right? Yes. Which companies are using Python today? And top most applications built using Python. Who are using Python today? Who are using Python today, right? Yes. Top most applications. Top most applications built using Python. Top most applications built using Python. Google, one of the best example is Google, right? Google using Python for its web search system. What by Google is one of the best example. Like Yahoo using Python. YouTube using Python for its video sharing service. Uber pricing algorithm implemented using Python and ML. Instagram, right? Built using Python. The prime reason for Instagram to choose Python is Python practicality and hybrid features. Even today, NASA is using Python for its research and development activities. Some other applications like Quora, Reddit, Pinterest, Dropbox, they are built using Python. Popular OTT platform like Netflix using Python. Netflix using Python for security automation subscription related things. MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Massively multiplayer online games, right? Yes. Maya, a powerful 3D animation. Maya, a powerful 3D animation, right? Yes. Okay. Apart from this, right, even iRobot for military and commercial operations. BitTorrent using Python. And the companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all these they use Python for hardware testing purpose. In this way, like many companies are using Python and topmost applications built using Python, right? So from the discussion what we had till now, right? And reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. First thing is like most of first one. mm, Most of these programmers or developers are attracted towards Python. They're migrating towards Python because of its very less coding. Very less coding, not even one-fourth coding as compared with other programmings. Simple syntaxes given by Python. They look like normal English statements. And another feature, right? Interactive mode. Interactive mode. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response. Interactive mode given by Python. For every statement, it gives response. Yes. Interactive mode means for every statement, statement by statement execution, for every statement it gives response, right? For example, in the bottom search panel, I am typing CMD. Go to the command prompt. For going to the command prompt, type CMD and say enter. You will get this. Just type Python here. Just type Python if it is already installed. If I say enter, the Python version will be displayed. The Python interpreter is going to get open. Python version. Python version and the Python interpreter is going to get open, right? Yes. Any valid Python statements you can type, right? Any valid Python statements you can type. 3 plus 5. 23 into 46. It gives the response. For every statement, it gives response. X equal to 10. No need to define the data type also here. Directly say X as 10, Y as 4. What is X? What is Y? What is X plus Y? What is X minus Y? X as 6. X into Y, 40. X by Y, 2.5. X into 2, 10 into 2. X to the power of 2, 10 square. X to the power of 2, 10 square. X equal to hello, right? X into 3 prints hello for 3 times. X into 5 prints hello for 5 times. Okay, exit. Comes out of this, right? In this way, statement by statement interaction is possible, right? For every statement, it use response. Interactive mode. Multi-programming features. Multi-programming, right? It has got multi-programming features and wide varieties of applications. Wide varieties of applications we can create by using Python. I discussed about just before we discussed about that applications, right? And many built-in libraries. Many built-in libraries Python has got, right? Has nearly 89,300 inbuilt modules. Thousands of modules it has got. Inbuilt modules for performing different operations. No need to write huge codings, right? So just you can open this. Just I'll open Google and show you, right? Yes. The popular coding language, the mostly used programming language today, the number one ranked programming language today. That just I'm opening Google, right? Within this Google, right? Popular coding language. Yes, popular coding language. If I say like JavaScript and Python are the two most popular languages, right? Which have got high demand. Python-based backend frameworks like Django also used like Flask. See that results for this, right? More results for this. As part of the course, people who go for Python full stack, right? I'll cover JavaScript also along with Python, right? The most popular programming languages, right? Most popular programming, Python is the most popular. And you can see the most popular programming languages. Python remains the most popular, right? Second comes Java, JavaScript and the other programmings. Most popular languages used by top 25 unicorns. Python will be the first. Next comes Java, JavaScript. Python remains the most popular, with mostly used. Next comes Java, JavaScript, and other programming languages. Python mostly used. Next comes JavaScript, Java. Even from the last 2, 3 years, right? You see, which programming languages you should learn. What programming language should you learn? Python, JavaScript. Language rank, Python. Okay, type Python, C, Java, these things, right? Yes. Top programming languages, Python, Java, JavaScript. Ranking wise also you can check, right? Python is the number one ranked programming. Next comes Java, JavaScript. Check this language rank, right? Python stands first. Language rank, Python. Next comes the other programmings. So Python, see this Python is the number one ranked. Next comes Java, C, C++, and other, right? And even you can see, right? Number of top 39 US computer science departments that use language to teach introductory courses. Python mostly used, Java and other things, right? Yes. Even for the beginners, right? Top 10 programming languages for the beginners to learn, right? Python, Java, JavaScript, these things, right? Now, you can see the usage of Python in the current industry. You can see a big graph here. In that, the big circle, can you see Python with 31% used in the industry, Java with a 19%, C++, right? It's C++ 9.8, C 6%, JavaScript 6.5%, right? Even Python has got, even if you see the ranking based on job openings and the average salary, right? Ranking by average salary, and this Python stands first in the average salary. Next comes JavaScript. The ranking based on job openings. Python and SQL has got lot of jobs, right? Even if you check this Python jobs, right? Today, if you talk, just type Python jobs. Check it, right? Yes. Yes. 1,57,150 Python openings. This now free, right? 1,57,150 Python openings. Apart from this Python, even you can also search for Django jobs, frameworks of Python, framework of Python, right? People who knows Django are very less. Who has got command or Django is very, very less, right? Yes. 23,781 Django job vacancies in July 2024. Right. And if you see what is the course content I'm going to discuss as part of this course, right? Yes. Check this. Python basics. What is Python? Why Python? History, applications of Python, features of Python, advantages of Python, versions of Python, installations of flavors of Python, Python modes, Python operations, interactive mode, batch mode, right? Python editors and IDs, Python data types, Python constants, Python variables, comments in Python, or print state, input function, print function, type conversion, right? ID functions, comments in Python, escape sequences in Python, strings in Python, string indexes and slicing, right? Yes. Operators in Python, arithmetic operators, comparison operators, logical operators, assignment, bitwise, all this. ID is integrated development environment, right? So in Python, in real time, we use this IDs. I'm going to show you on multiple IDs, like Anaconda distribution, like Jupyter Notebook, Spider, Eclipse, PyCharm, VS Code. In this way, multiple IDs I'm going to show you. Flow control statements, flow control statements, and for looping statements, right? Yes. Flow control statements, looping statements, strings in Python, string indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, right? Collections in Python, collection data types, list tuple sets and dictionaries in brief, lists, list indexing, list properties, list functions, list methods, list addresses, nested list, list modifications. Similarly for tuples, sets, dictionaries, functions in Python, functional programming, right? Properties, the categories of functions, arguments, default, non-default, keyword, non-keyword arguments, variable length, and the types of functions like lambda function, filter function, map function, reduce function, zip function, right? Models in Python, modular programming, different ways of importing, renaming, reloading a module, package in Python, errors and exception handling in Python, right? Different types of exceptions, file handling, right? Reading data from file, writing data to files, different file handling techniques, and object-oriented programming concepts in brief. These are the only the headings I have provided here. In brief, we'll be discussing about this like class, object, inheritance, polymorphism, method overriding, constructors, destructors, garbage collector, right? Regular expressions in Python, right? How to extract required data from the given data, right? Database connectivity, database access, like how to install one database I'll be discussing, and how to perform this SQL operations by writing Python code, how we can generate this, and transaction management, handling errors, Python date and time related operating system modules, advanced concepts like iterator, generator, closures, decorators, web scraping, working with CSV, XML, JSON files, GUI programming, introduction, right? And Excel workbook, working with Excel file, and data analytics, introduction to data science, Pandas model in brief, NumPy model in brief, and Matplotlib model in brief. So I'll be discussing many models related to different environments, some related to data science, some related to big data, some related to data and time, some related to this graphics, some related to this Excel file, some related to this databases. Okay, in this way, different modules, and also how to create our own models. These 30 topics in brief as for Python core and Python advanced, right? Apart from this Python core and advanced, people who wants to go for full stack Python, Python full stack, right? For the Python framework, right? Yes. Django framework, introduction, web frameworks, the Django installation, the Django project architecture, the Django application creation, the Django views, the Django templates, the Django admin, the Django models, the Django advanced concepts like the Django ORM, breaker module, class-based views. So 15 to 20 applications will be developing in this Django framework. Apart from this, you'll be given knowledge on this UI technologies, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and brief. Yes. So 1 second. So as part of this course, just yes, 1 second, right? What we are going to discuss, right? First thing is Python. So yes, Python core, Python advanced, right? Python core and Python advanced. So these two will be spending nearly 70 hours on this. So it's not like 45 hours course, 70 hours, and it's 2 months duration, right? Yes. The fee structure for this Python is like 6,000. Apart from this, people who apart with this, right? People who go for Python full stack Python, You'll be given knowledge on this web development, UI technologies. Web development, right? Yes. HTML in brief, cascading style sheets, CSS, JavaScript, and a part of Bootstrap. Apart from this, right, you'll be given knowledge on this framework of Python, Django framework. Django framework, right? Yes. Framework for Python, right? Yes. Nearly like 15 to 20 applications. 20 applications, right? Yes. And apart from this, one more framework I'm going to discuss, right? Like Flask framework. Flask framework. Apart from this, REST API. Yes. And one database like MySQL database, and a project. And for this, from 2 to 7, whatever, right? The topics from 2 to 7, right? The frameworks, the UI technologies, this REST API, all this from 2 to 7, right? Takes 70 hours more. 2 months duration, right, for this. So Python plus frameworks. $70 hours will be spending for Python, right? For an advanced, plus for frameworks also we provide like 70 hours. Totally 140 hours. 2 months for this, plus frameworks also. People who go for also takes 2 months. For 4 months, right? Total 4 months duration for Python full stack. But people who unable to spend a 4 months, it can also go parallelly, right? Monday to Friday, you'll have Python sessions. Saturday, Sunday, weekend batches will be there on this frameworks, all this. Means immediately when Python is started, you'll be updated with UI technologies in the weekend, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So for the first 1 month, you'll be having discussion on that the weekends when the Python core gets completed by the time. By the time you'll be entering into this Django framework, right? Can complete in 2.5 months to 3 months, right? Fine. And this okay.
The Django framework, you will start after a month. I mean, like if I take frameworks.
Yes.
Okay.
So first you'll be given knowledge on this, right? When Python, you are updating Python core in this weekdays from Monday to Friday. Then immediate and in the weekends, this HTML, CSS, JavaScript will be discussed. And after that, Django framework.
Okay. So Django framework and Flask and REST API, like what will be the duration for this?
So 2 months, right? 70 hours.
Okay.
Frameworks 70 hours, 2 months. Nearly 70 hours will be spending on that.
Okay,
Okay.
no, my question was like because I think okay, you'll be okay 40 hours you'll be spending on the framework and Flask everything. Okay, cool, got it.
Not 40, 70.
Okay, got it. And what do you mean by application? Like in the Django framework, like 15 to 20 applications.
So web applications.
Acha.
So this framework is mostly used for developing web applications, right? Yes. And okay. So let me make it clear about the timings of this batch. So okay, we are starting at 5 a.m., right? So for the first 1 week, or 10 days, it will be at 5 a.m. Later, it starts at 6 a.m., right? So later, up to the end of the course, so it will be at 6 a.m. For the first 1 week to 10 days, it will be at 5 a.m. Later, it will be at 6 a.m. And 1 second. What you are going to get, right? Yes. You will be getting the recorded video, right, of each and every session. Live recorded session, live videos of all the sessions, right? Every session video you will be getting. I means, yes. And soft copy of these notes, soft copy of the class notes. And to get command on this programming, right? You need to work with assignments and tasks. You'll be provided with assignments and tasks to build your own code, right? And a WhatsApp group will be created for this technical discussion, right? And as I said, as it's a demo session, I was speaking most of the time, but in the normal regular sessions, for every statement I type, you'll be responding with what is the output of it, right? Live interactive sessions. Okay. And interview questions. There's one more package, right? So there is, I also deal with big data, right? I also deal with big data. There is a big data package also available. People, if you are interested, right? In that, you'll be getting Hadoop, big data Hadoop, right? Apart from that, Spark with the Python, right? PySpark in that, along with implemented using Linux, even Linux. In that, you'll be getting this Python 2 months course of Python Core and Advanced. In that, Core and Advanced, you will be getting, right? Yes. This 2 months, you will be attending this regular batch. For this batch, you can attend any of my Python batch, you can attend. Uh, that will be from Monday to Friday, right? And this PySpark, it is Hadoop PySpark, and this Linux, it's a weekend one. It's a weekend only on Saturdays and Sundays. Be nearly for 12 weekends, it will be, right? The fee structure is 15,000 for this, right? Okay, 2 hours on Saturday, 2 hours on Sunday. It will be discussed. This Python will be in the weekdays. And here, 70 hours for this frameworks, right? 2 to 7, 70 hours, 2 months Python frameworks, right? 2 months. The fee structure for this framework is 7,000, right? Python plus frameworks, right? Yes. So if you are doing like that, but if you are taking the entire package, the single payment, like the entire package, the fee structure is 12 for this entire Python and its frameworks, right? Fine. Any other queries you have got, anyone? Right. Yes, tomorrow also people can attend the session, same time, using the same link to see more on this, right? In the tomorrow's class, just people from non-programming, right? If anyone, right? I'll be showing you sample examples of Python, right? How simple it looks, right? Fine. Any other queries? Right.
So
So
are
if
we learning this unit testing and in the frameworks part? like how to do the unit testing, how to write the unit test code and all those things.
So yes. Okay. Okay. That's debugging and everything I'll be showing you, right? Yes.
Okay. So would we show us like how to write the code coverage test and all these things as well? Like as a part of, would it be part of this course or like how it is?
No. Or after debugging, I'll be showing you, right? But
Mm-hmm.
all the only web applications creations in the frameworks, right? Already we have got a lot of discussions on this creation of these frameworks. Like Flask, two major frameworks I'll be discussing: Django framework and Flask framework. And also like APIs, REST APIs, I'll be discussing. Can I join the Django class so that
Mm-hmm.
so yes, Gulmohar, right? So if you're taking the entire package, once you take the entire package, you can attend any of my framework classes whenever they are starting, right? Any of my. Okay, if you are going one after the other, also you can go one after the other, right? After learning Python, if you want to go for frameworks, you can go. Otherwise, parallelly also you can go, right? If you want to save time, right? Fine.
Okay, that's Gulmohar. So my question was like, if I don't want to go parallelly, if I complete my Python core and advanced, then
So
if I join
separate.
Jinko,
Yes, understood your query, right? So if you are
yeah,
taking two separately, right, Python and framework, it is six
yeah,
plus. If you're taking framework separately, it will be 7,000, right? But if
yeah,
you're taking the entire package, it is 12,000, right?
I see, I see. Thank you.
So this is okay. As I said, you'll be getting the videos of every session, the class notes, a WhatsApp group, and interview questions, right? Yes.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I am from testing background, so I'll be going sequentially only. Maybe it will be difficult for me if I go parallelly.
Yes, you can go one after the other, right? Yes. Not a problem. You can attend any of once you get enrolled, right? You can attend any of my if you want later after Python, you can attend them, right? Otherwise, spam, that is your wish.
Yeah.
Once you got enrolled, right? You can attend any of my batch. That is the
Okay.
Django batch, framework batches, right? Okay, fine. So if I'm done with the queries, I will just stop for now. We'll continue tomorrow, more discussion on this, right? Same time, same link, follow the same time and same link, right? More discussion tomorrow. Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Vijay. See you.